Hi, everyone, and happy holidays, and welcome to Ocoee. Oh, said that right. I did it. Don't butcher me. Florida. Just in the, it's basically a suburb of Orlando, and welcome to the West Oaks Mall. Uh, so what's going to happen in this video is I'm going to give you a little bit of history about the property, and then we're going to chat about what's upcoming for Ace's Adventures in 2022, and just a couple things that are on my mind. A couple of you left comments in the last video that you wanted some more detailed history on some of these properties, and while I fully understand and respect that, you guys have to understand that I've been doing this a long time, 6 years. And I still love making videos. I still love putting cool music behind them. I still love giving you guys a visual presentation. That's really my style. Sometimes the history aspects of these places are kind of lackluster and somewhat boring. And when the aesthetic is not fully there and the history is not there, it's not really a landmark mall. I just want you guys to know that it can be a little difficult to get the motivation to dive deep to all of these properties. But I'm still trucking, I'm still going along, and I still hopefully have some cool places in 2022 to show you guys. And you're going to see less of just the average mall. I really want to try to focus on ones that have some kind of amazing or unique aesthetic, just to make the story pop more. Because like I said, guys, when you've been doing this for as long as I have, it can become rather mundane sometimes. But not to beat a dead horse or be negative, because it's a holiday season. And plus, my good buddy Sal, that's more his thing. He does a very, very good job at diving real deep into the history, and that's why I love him, because we're different, and I think that you guys appreciate a different style from us. And also, by the way, I want to give a huge shout out to him. Congratulations on him reaching 100 episodes. Between the two of us, we are showing you guys, we have almost 100,000 subscribers between the two of us. And hell, who would have thought that we ever got there? So congrats, buddy, and here's to 100 more. Glad to have been a part of your 100th episode. Anywho, hello, happy holidays again, like I said, and welcome to the West Oaks Mall. So as I had mentioned, I'm just going to dabble into the history of this property, and then I'll let you guys know what's coming up for 2022. So, West Oaks Mall is in Ocoee, Florida. Again, hope I'm saying that properly. And it's anchored right now by a Dillard's Clearance Center, a JCPenney, a SunPass Customer Service Center, which I believe is kind of like an Easy Pass, I think, in New York area, a Bed Bath & Beyond call center, and it has 115 store spaces. But I can tell you guys from being here, this place is nowhere near full. So, what's interesting about this property, too, I want to mention quickly, is one end of the mall is completely dead. The other end is dead as well. But what you'll notice is that when you film these dead malls around the holidays, you will see a little bit of a jump in traffic. And some of the shots that you see, you'll say to me, well, Asus doesn't look that dead, but I assure you that it is. It was dead when Dan filmed it a while ago, and others have been here. But I'm glad to be, one of the more legit explorers to film this place and put out a quality video. But I will tell you, this place is definitely dying and definitely in trouble. And the reason, like I said, you are seeing the increase is because A, it's the holiday season. B, there is a movie theater that is in the food court, which is probably helping keep it have a heartbeat. And with some good holiday movies coming out, that probably was the reason for the expanded traffic. But I've been told by several people who have been here that this mall is dead as a doornail. And of course, I haven't mentioned it yet. Guess who owns this place? Those son of a bitches at Moonbeam Capital. So we all know what the future of this mall is. So a little more history, guys. The mall actually was supposed to be called something else. It was going to be called the Lake Lotta Mall, which is a ridiculous name, and I'm glad that it's not called that. And it's been through several changes. Primarily, the story of this mall has been the anchor changes. Originally, it opened up with 950,000 square feet, had a Sears, a Dillard's, a Gayford's, and a JCPenney as its anchors. And then you guys know the story. The anchors change. Sears eventually leaves. Gayford's goes out of business. And when your anchors, which are your main chunk of traffic in this property, and then most properties, when they go out, it tends to hurt the other places. But sometimes local vendors can keep it going, and I've been noticing more and more that has been the trend lately, is that these local chains are keeping the mall afloat, so to speak. And that's clearly what's happening here and at some other malls. And like I mentioned, Moonbeam Capital owns this property, so I think we all know what the history of it is here. Just dabbling on some notes here that I jotted down from the Wikipedia page, which was the only place I could find any information about the mall. Gaffer's was sold to Parisian in '98, and then it was acquired by Dillard's later that year. And by February 2004, it was announced that the Parisian location would be converted to a McRae's, whatever that is. I'm not too sure what McRae's is. If you know, let me know in the comment section down below. Once again, like I mentioned, in 2012, Sears closed, and then that's actually a pretty early Sears closing for the mall, and it's just the same old story, guys. It goes downhill and downhill and downhill, and eventually the mall, I would say, will probably end up closing. So. A couple things about the aesthetic language of this mall is that it was very dark in this mall. Very, very dark. You had your typical palm trees, which seems to be a staple in most malls, even if they're not in Florida, which is kind of funny. You've got your typical generic moonbeam hanging, food, fashion, fun, which is just the ugliest thing ever. You see those all over Shopping Town. Saw those at Gwinnett Place Mall. You have a Bath and Body Works, which we're passing here, which is, as long as the Bath and Body Works is still going, the mall still has life, I suppose. But like I said, you can see here that the mall is very dark, very, very dark. And I don't know if some of the lights have been burned out. I couldn't really tell because I didn't see any lighting in the areas where it was dark. So maybe it was just meant to be a mall that didn't give off a lot of ambient lights. So glad to have covered this property. Another one in the belt. There are a couple other places in Florida that I want to get back to. I will be back in Florida in March. I'm going down there for a wrestling show. For those that didn't know, I've been into professional wrestling since I was a little kid. I'm a big AEW wrestling fan, and used to watch WWE when I was younger, but it's kind of gotten stale. Just to give you a little bit of an insight on my personal interest in stuff that I do outside of here at Ace's Adventures. As you can sound by my voice, I'm a little bit tired. I had to DJ late last night, but as of the recording of this audio, it's about 10 a.m. on Sunday morning, and we are only a few days away from Christmas. So I just want to say real briefly that I hope all of you are staying safe and well. Without getting too negative or diving too much into being personal here, I just want to let you know that if you are struggling this holiday season, and if you've been struggling for the last 2 years, please know that I am here for you anytime, and the comment section is a safe place for you as always. I myself have been dealing with my own personal issues. This pandemic has just really, really been difficult on me, and I hope that in the springtime we finally start to come out of this thing and things go back to normal, because it's been pretty rough. I'll just leave it at that. 2022 is going to see the continued evolution of this channel. I was just in Florida last week and met up with Adam the Woo, one of my buddies, and he shared with me some very interesting insights on YouTube and how the algorithm works, and gave me some suggestions for my channel. And as you guys know, I have been already contemplating making changes. So in 2022, you're going to see mall content, like I mentioned, that's never going away, so don't fear. It's always going to have, or I'm always going to have malls on this channel. The style is the way the style is. I like talking to you guys off the cuff. I don't like writing a script. That's just not my thing, and it's difficult for me to speak for long periods of time, as I have mentioned. But that's just how these videos are going to be, with me giving you guys some history and then just chatting with you guys, and just I like talking to you guys. So. In 2022, like I mentioned, this channel is always going to be about malls, but there is going to be some different things incorporated into the channel. I'm going to be doing more filming locations. I wanted to get out to Home Alone this holiday season. Actually, they opened up the Airbnb one night only at the McAllister home from the movie in Winnetka, Illinois, just outside of Chicago. But as you can imagine, as soon as tickets went on sale, they were gone immediately. So I wanted to do that. I still think I'm going to do that. But unfortunately, we'll only be able to show you guys the outside of the house and then the different filming locations. But just to give you guys an idea, that's what I have planned, for changes and stuff. Filming locations. I'm going to do Route 66 again in the spring. I'm going to do east to west again. and just some other cool ideas that I have. I think, with my cinematic style and the music that I use and all that, I think that I can bring a really unique perspective to these places. Some people have asked me to do vlogs and do a more vlog style presentation, but that's just not me. I don't like being on camera very much for personal reasons, and with my teeth and all that stuff, it's just I like to just kind of stay behind the camera and give you guys a more cinematic and musical aesthetic experience. So also too, I do have an announcement to make. In 2022, me and my buddy from the West Coast, Zach, even though he's been pretty busy with other stuff, we are going to be producing a movie. That's right, Ace's Adventures is going to be producing a full-length movie. I am very excited to show you guys that, so look for that sometime around the middle of the year. It's going to be at least an hour to hour and a half long project, and we are still working on the script and idea. It's going to be based around malls and 80s culture, so keep on the lookout for a fully licensed and produced Ace's Adventures movie that's going to be amazing. So, as you can tell by the sound of my voice, I'm losing my voice. But I want you guys to enjoy the rest of the video and the walk around of the West Oaks Mall, a pretty cool mall. And if you are ever in the Orlando area, go and check it out. I did when I was at Disney World. I am a Disney freak and can't wait to go back to Disney. Love, love, love Disney. But I will give an honorable mention to Universal. Their City Walk area is fantastic. I experienced a Voodoo Donut for the first time, which was awesome. The Portland-based company has a shop there, and had a great time with my buddy over the holidays. So, thank you once again. If you haven't already, hit the mute button for listening to me ramble for the past 10, 15 minutes here. I truly, truly appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. Without this channel, it would be pretty awful. It helps me a lot, helps my mental health and depression and things that I'm going through personally. And once again, know if you guys need anything at any time, I'm always here for you 100% of the time. So thank you so much for listening to me. Have a very, very, very Merry Christmas. And I will see you all in a few weeks in 2022 with the first mall video. This is Anthony with Ace's Adventures. Take care. And once again, happy holidays.